Gravity, where is it? This post looks at gravity and some questions that still have not been answered. Perhaps the best way to do this is through an imaginary dialogue between two people, X, a very contrary thinking person, and I. The diagram illustrates two possibilities. Either dark energy pushes the ball to the ground, or gravity pulls the ball to the ground. X. What if the Earth does not pull the apple to the ground, but empty space pushes the apple to the ground? I. But gravity is obvious. X. So is the sun orbiting the Earth. Do better. I. There's a laws of gravity spelled out by Sir Isaac Newton. X. They work in reverse exactly the same. Yes, there's a force, but from where? From space or Earth? Do better. I. Galileo did experiments that showed that everything falls to Earth. X. Yes, and mass had nothing to do with it. Astronauts recreated his experiments on the moon. They dropped a hammer and a feather at the same time. Both landed at the same time. That seems to prove that gravity is not in the mass, which was different in the hammer and the feather, but in the push to the ground from empty space, which was the same amount of force for both the hammer and the feather. I. There's Einstein's curvature of space. X. Same argument as before. Space could also push the light and make it curve around matter because matter cannot push back. Matter has no discernible force to push back. The force is from empty space that forces the light to curve around obstacles. The force is not matter pulling light around it. Do better. I. There's gravitones, the force that causes gravity. X. Gravitones are hypothetical particles that have never been directly discovered. Try again. I. This is silly. Gravity has always been considered one of the main forces. X. Yet no one can connect gravity with quantum mechanics. Dr. Einstein tried, as did everyone of merit, for 100 years and still nothing concrete. Keep going. I. Gravity is a key aspect of the universe. You're just being contrary. X. Gravity is said to affect matter on a large scale, but of the entire universe, only 5% of it is matter. That means the rest is not. So even if I concede that gravity is real, and I'm not ready to, it basically only affects some dust in a massive universe of dark energy, which is an expanding energy that is acting like a massive anti-gravity force. Which is greater, 70% of dark energy and maybe 25% of dark matter that isn't there, no one can find the dark matter, or 5% of real matter? Which is larger and more powerful, 95% or 5%? I. But X. Further, almost all that 5% matter is hydrogen and helium gas and neutrinos. So when you are down to stars and planets, it's 0.05%. That's nothing. So you are saying that somehow the 0.05% of matter has the force of gravity that rules the universe, and the 95% outside matter doesn't. Sharpen your argument. I. But X. Further, on the quantum level, there's little to no gravity. We look at mass and find it's ultimately atoms. But atoms are quantum particles held together and connected by charge between electrons, protons, and neutrons. That's not gravity, that's the electromagnetic force. So if gravity is not in matter, then where is it? Let me think for a moment. X. While you're thinking, consider the Casimir effect. Two plates are pulled together, but gravity has nothing to do with it. It's the empty space outside the two plates and between the two plates. This is a proven phenomenon. Why can't the Casimir effect work on a gigantic level the same way? Why can't it push two planets together or two galaxies together? Perhaps dark energy is not only pushing two plates together, but all mass together with a certifiable real energy that is massive in the universe. Look at maps of the universe. Massive round voids of empty space seem to be pushing out in all directions on matter like a burst bubble. They seem to be pushing all galaxies away in all directions. These galaxy clusters seem like strings moving away from the voids. The galaxies look like thin coating on much greater bubbles of empty voids. Just look. You're getting me all confused. X. Further, mass has no proven energy except rest energy. So where is the energy of gravity? Show me in matter where it is located. In the atoms, in the molecules, in left field. But dark energy really does have energy. It's even in the name. It's a massive force that rules the universe. Try again. X. For a century, people have tried to connect gravity and the electromagnetic force. There has not been any valid progress. But when you look at an anti-gravity force, like the massive dark energy, you can connect them. Plus, an expanding force from empty space solves all kinds of other problems in physics as well. But gravity is obvious. Quora said proof of gravity is the demonstration that the phenomenon happens. X. So it is because it is? For my argument's sake, consider the opposite instead. Consider that the force of acceleration, which gravity is supposed to be, is caused by an expanding force of dark energy. The more matter accelerates through space, the more dark energy pushes back to slow it down. Remember, the key feature of matter in my scenario is that there is no inherent energy force inside it to fight back or to counteract the anti-gravity force of dark energy. Remember, too, that dark energy makes up 70 to 90%, 95% of the universe. What other problems would it solve? Thanks for reading.